Hi, I'm Sam Staskell. Oh my God, I can't even say my own name right. I'm Sam Staskell, and welcome to this week's episode of Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. Tonight, I have a special guest from Illinois, and she's got a great story to share. So let's get started. This is going to be one of those nights I can just tell everything's going to go wrong. Okay, let's try this again. So my guest this week is Marissa Schaefer from Illinois. So let's bring her on. Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
Okay, so you're in Chicago, Illinois.
In Chicago, downtown.
Where do you mainly sell in Chicago? Is it downtown?
All over the city, even into some of the suburbs, but mostly the city.
Mostly, you're a brave girl. Do you go by yourself?
Yeah.
Do you?
I'm a born and raised Chicago girl,
right.
so
you feel totally.
We're inherently tough.
Me, I go to Chicago and I'm taken back up. No, I could tell from my stories about that, but I won't. Anyway, this is about you. So your whole family is in real estate.
Whole family is in real estate. My husband's a commercial real estate broker. My dad is a developer, and my mom is my business partner.
One big happy family.
One big happy family in one little office.
Little. That's funny. So you've been selling for, did you say 6 years?
6 years. My mom has been in the business for 36 years. So
wow.
She's, yeah.
Why didn't she join you tonight? I'm sure she's got tons of stories.
She has great stories.
I'll have to get her number.
You'll have to reach out to her.
Not that you're not good enough, because you
No, but she has one that was priceless. So yeah. I'll leave the carrot dangling.
I'll make sure to talk to her. Okay, so, and you have just one kid?
My first, yes. Our first is Astrid. She is almost 10 months. Little love of our life.
So do you take her with you to showings and stuff or no?
I have. She's a pandemic baby. So
right.
It's been very weird. We didn't have a nanny for a long time or help. And we weren't really seeing anyone, but we were still working full time. And so it was so she came with me to photo shoots and my little front carrier. And she's our little good luck charm.
I've tried taking my 5-year-old just when I didn't have anybody to watch him, and it did not pan out well for me.
Well, 5 is a whole different story.
Right, I know. He knows too much. Too much.
It's like, I don't like that house, Mom.
Oh my, that would have been nice if that's what he said. But anyway, so she'll get there. Eventually, you won't be able to take her either because she won't know anything.
No, I believe that.
All right, so let's walk me through your story here.
All right, so it was my first open house in real estate. I just joined my mom, and it was a beautiful penthouse. And upstairs there was an entire rooftop deck, and so I tell my mom, I'll go get the deck ready, and I go upstairs. There's a very large, heavy door that's like a commercial strength door, and it slips off of the stopper and inexplicably just nearly slices the back of my heel right off. And I instantly think that this is not a good thing. And I can see the blood starting to come. And my first thought, of course, is like, this really hurts. And then the second thought is I'm making a mess all over the deck. And how am I going to clean this up? Fortunately, it was one of those decks, the Trex, where they're like the maintenance free. So it wasn't real wood.
Right.
And I'm frantically calling my mom for help. She's not answering.
She's downstairs.
why she's downstairs and why would she? I'm just her daughter.
I mean, what could the emergency be? She just
Why is she flying from the roof? I called my husband and he was out for a run, so he didn't answer. And I called my dad and I said, please call mom. I'm having an emergency and you need to get her upstairs. So she comes charging upstairs and, you know, like any mom, oh my God. And she, paper towels, and there's a trail of blood of her helping me wobble down the stairs. And the doorbell rings because now the open house has started. And it is a gentleman who comes in with a friend, and he sees the blood and what's happening. And he says, you know, I'm a doctor. Would you like me to fix you up? I have my kit in the car. And I thought, okay, sure. Thank you. I would like that help.
Yeah.
He goes to his car. He gets his doctor kit. He comes back in. And he's like, let's take it to the shower and, you know, cleaner place for the blood to go. And he carry me in, and the three of us are just standing there. And my mom, like always the realtor, says, she's like, you guys, the good news is you can fit 3 people in the shower.
You got to work with what you have.
Totally. I was just still selling it. And so, you know, we're all hysterical. And then, you know, my husband comes to my rescue. And but the very best part was that the doctor the next day put in an offer for the condo. And so he was my hero. He was the condo's hero.
So did you end up going to the hospital?
What's that?
Did you end up going to the hospital then?
I did. I got I got a lot of stitches, and for the rest of the summer was in a boot. And
wow.
Yeah, like they had to make sure. You
had to cut a good hunk, like a tendon too, or no?
I was super close. I was really lucky. They wanted to make sure like I didn't need rehab. It was like for first open house, it was an expensive one too.
Right. But it was worth it. I mean, you sold the house.
Sold the condo. Right. I mean, he must have felt just bonded.
Right, or something.
after everything that we went through together.
I just hope he liked it the second time he came through, because I mean, the first time he was in like panic mode because you're bleeding. You know? And
I'm just, you know, grateful that he wasn't like icked out by but he's a doctor, so
right. At least he says he was a doctor. That's one of those I'd be like, can I see your credentials?
He took out the kit, and I was like, "That I mean, who else has a kit with them in the car?"
Right.
I'm a little too trusting, but
no, I'm sure I would be the same way. I'd be like, "Oh, thank you,
thank you, I'll take it." Yeah. He offered to give me stitches on the spot, but I opted for the hospital route where they could give me numbing medication.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah,
and had my husband, you know, film it just for fun.
Debbie says, glad you're okay. Congrats on the sale. You really worked hard for a sale. I mean, you didn't have to do that much.
No, I mean, I think my mom was the real salesperson of the hour.
Just talking through all the benefits while they're trying to fix you up.
So young, you know, single doctor. Thought of a party shower. It was great.
That's great. People have said that after I fell, you know, that you can't give this kind of attention to every client. I'm like, oh, I know. I don't plan to. I don't think you plan to either.
No.
So has anything funny happened since then, since you've been in the business longer now?
No, I not like to that kind of extreme. But I think there's always something funny that happens. Like, you know, it's like people are people. We trip, we fall, we do silly things. We put our foot in our mouths.
Yeah.
All that kind of not fun stuff. But
and I think a lot of the stuff, like I went to a house the other day and my hand stuck to the handrail. It was so sticky. I don't think the house had ever been cleaned. It was a college rental, but my hand stuck to the handrail trying to go down the steps. But all I can do when stuff like that happens is I laugh hysterically. And
that's all you can do.
I kind of feel like I might insult other people because I think it's funny. And they're probably like, "This is disgusting." I'm like, "But it's funny."
You can't take yourself too seriously. Life's too short for that.
Yeah.
My dad gets embarrassed by nothing, and so he's kind of beaten out of my brother and I the ability to really get super embarrassed.
Yeah, my dad is all prim and proper, so I always make a joke of everything, and I know it doesn't always please him.
I can understand that. I get it.
Heather says condo commission equals ER copay. Probably.
Exactly. And it was actually very sweet. Our seller felt so bad that he offered to pay for all of like any medical necessity I needed. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It was like, if I go to a specialist though, then maybe we'll talk.
Or maybe you could throw in a different door for your penthouse rooftop deck.
I mean, that door really worked. It sealed out every element of, cold weather, whatever, but it worked a little too well on me.
So did it actually fell off like the hinge?
It did. It fell off the hinge and then yeah.
So they were lucky it happened to you and not to,
Well, that's what we all said.
Somebody else
we were like, it was better that it was me instead of just a random person coming in. I forgive easily, so.
Well, because I had to fill out an incident report because I fell down the steps at a listing.
Oh.
But it was more, I don't think they cared that I was okay or not. I think it was more in case the client came back and said that they got hurt when they rode on my lap on the way down. So I had to fill out an incident report for that. Nothing was going to come of it. I think they just had to document just in case we get sued.
I think it's like, well, you're in good company at least.
Yeah.
If you have to go down together.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling your story. I think you're the first one that's been waited on by a doctor when they get hurt at a mishap.
I know. I mean, I got the perfect person walked into my world. He was very nice too. He said if I ever needed anything doctor-wise to let him know.
Thanks. I'll call you when I'm having a baby 5 years from now.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
it's been nice talking to you. And I'm going to have to reach out to your mom now because I bet she's got a ton.
She's got a good one.
Tell her to talk to me. All right. I'm going to pop you out for just a minute.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, that sounded like a lot of blood for anybody that's, faints at the sight of blood. You wouldn't want to be there, I guess. So that's it for tonight's episode of Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you are in real estate and you have a funny story and want to share it, I'd love to have you on the show. So you can either reach out to me directly or send an email to funnythingsre@gmail.com. Until then, I'll see you next week. If I can find my stuff. All right. Have a good week. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I'm having so much fun with the show and with real estate, and none of this would have been possible had I not partnered with Chuck and Angela Fazio with eXp Realty. They've helped me grow and are helping me build my business.
Yeah, it's our favorite thing to do, Sam. Chuck and I have been, top realtors in the industry. We've run top teams. We actually had the second largest independent single office brokerage in the world, but we shut it down so that we can move it over to eXp. And so now we get to spend all of our time working with brilliant people like you, helping you build your business in a variety of ways. So If you're interested in hearing about what it means to partner with me, with Sam, with my husband, Chuck, Michael, Reese, Jay Kinder, it can be done. We can all work together. So just give us a call.